Eddie Hearn is talking about something that separates great fighters from special fighters. Boots Ennis doesn't just have athletic ability, he has elite boxing intelligence as well. That's what makes him so dangerous heading into this fight against Xander Zayas.
Boots is capable of doing it. Like, Boots is the first fighter with this kind of IQ that can also fight. Right? And that's what I think you guys know this, right? So what I mean by that is, there are so many fighters with the IQ of Boots or similar IQ that styles do not entertain or overly entertaining. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you talk about IQ in the sport, tell me the top 5 guys who have got that kind of IQ.
Boots Ennis sounds like a man who is tired of waiting for recognition. He believes it's time to make a statement and force the boxing world to pay attention. The confidence is there, but more importantly, so is the hunger.
I feel like after I make this statement, I will, you know, and I feel like it's only big names. No more going backwards. You know, we try and get these guys in the ring, but it ain't happening. So hopefully, you know, after this, they make something happen. We can get those guys.
This is where concerns about Xander Zayas begin to appear. Even people who respect his talent are questioning certain technical areas of his game. Against most opponents that may not matter, but against Boots Ennis, every weakness can become a major problem.
Boots Ennis is obviously considered a higher talent right now. Xander Zayas, I hear you're saying, Gabe. For me though, while he's very talented, very athletic, he doesn't move his head. The technical aspects are a little lacking, and maybe he steps his game up. Maybe he hasn't been forced to show anything, but I haven't been overly impressed yet, and I like him a lot as a person.
12. Yeah, that's it.
The footage speaks for itself. Boots Ennis looks like an absolute monster in training camp. The speed is explosive, the movement is sharp, and every punch looks like it's being thrown with bad intentions. This becomes important later because Xander Zayas isn't preparing to face an ordinary champion. He's preparing to face a fighter who looks physically stronger, faster, and more determined than ever before. The reaction surprised everyone.
That on their air, so that's she's not lying. But my biggest thing with this fight is this: when I watch him, and I love Xander, that's my boy. Yeah. But the eye test shows me that I think Boots is just better. Just better, right? I
this is tough for Shady because on the one hand, Xander's his boy. On the other hand, you got a brother out of Philly.
I mean,
that's like in his heart. That is.
And another thing is like people keep talking about experience. I think the experience goes out the window. They both were in the same boat as far as experience and the guys that they fought. This is gonna be hard though because Boots, you know what you see. You know what you see when you watch him fight.
Yeah.
All right.
No. You know what? It's interesting with Boots. You know you're seeing special talent.
This is one of the strongest endorsements Boots Ennis could receive. The analyst isn't saying Boots might be better. He's saying the eye test clearly shows he's better. That's a huge statement because boxing fans know special talent when they see it. And according to many experts, that's exactly what we're watching with Boots. The speed, the timing, the ring IQ, and the natural ability all combine to create a fighter who feels different from everyone else around him. That's where the controversy exploded because if Boots really is that special, then Xander Zayas could be walking into the toughest fight of his entire career.
And Boots is fighting on June 27th against Xander Zayas. What was your thoughts when you first seen that?
I mean, Boo Boo bring that. What Boo Boo bring to the situation: size, experience, awkwardness. I can imagine him being a little slippery at times. I mean, maybe not the entire time, but I could imagine him being a little slippery at times. Trying to counter. I can see Boo Boo trying to counter Boots. I don't know. I think that's definitely good work, though, especially because Boo Boo got a fight coming up. It's not like he just regular every day. I mean, it's him training and all that, so.
Greg Hackett's perspective carries weight because he's seen high-level fighters up close. What stands out is the variety of problems he believes Boots Ennis creates. Size, awkwardness, movement, counters, and ring intelligence are all things opponents have to deal with at the same time. Most fighters might bring one or two difficult attributes into the ring. Boots appears to bring all of them. That's what makes this matchup so fascinating. Xander Zayas has talent and confidence, but solving one problem against Boots often creates another problem immediately after. Nobody expected what happened next because the deeper experts looked into this fight, the more they started questioning whether Zayas has ever faced anyone remotely similar to Jaron Ennis before.
All right, some fighters, you got to have them spar specifically for the fight. Some fighters, they just need to get ready. Boots is the kind of guy that just need to get ready. That's why he sparred Boots. It's not about what side he fight on. It's about being ready for anything that night. Because the situation that Xander is in, you gonna have to show me what you are right now. Same for Boots, but you gonna have to really show me right now. Because Boots, I can see it. That's the thing with Boots. I can see what you do, but can you do that? And then with Xander, it's like, I ain't never really seen that out of you, though. I seen you do that to guys you supposed to, but this is a match.
This may be one of the most important comments in the entire build-up. Greg Hackett is basically saying that Boots Ennis doesn't need to prepare for one specific style because his skill set is already complete enough to adapt to anything put in front of him. That's a massive compliment. Great fighters often need tailored game plans, but special fighters can make adjustments in real time. Hackett also raises a question that many boxing fans have quietly been asking. We've seen Xander Zayas dominate opponents he was expected to beat, but have we truly seen him push to his limits against someone operating at Boots' level? That's where the pressure is becoming impossible to ignore. Boots has shown flashes of elite ability against quality opposition, while Zayas still has something to prove. The reaction surprised everyone because more and more analysts are beginning to believe that talent alone may not be enough to bridge the gap on fight night.
You know, if not that, Errol Spence, not Errol Spence, somebody, anybody, I don't care who it is.
But in that fight, there's got to be somebody that you're leaning to, like,
I
a
don't
little
care who it
bit,
is.
no?
I really don't care. I just want to fight.
Well, I mean, just in terms of who's going to win the fight.
Don't matter to me. They both come forward. It's perfect.
This is the mindset of a fighter who genuinely believes he is untouchable. Boots Ennis isn't talking like someone hoping to become great one day. He's talking like someone who already believes he's the best fighter in the sport. Some fans may call it confidence. Others may call it arrogance. But when you look at the performances he's produced inside the ring, it's easy to understand where that belief comes from. The scary thing for Xander Zayas is that Boots doesn't appear to be carrying any doubts into this fight. He's convinced that his speed, skill, ring IQ, and versatility place him above everyone else in the division. That's a dangerous mentality because fighters perform at their best when confidence and preparation meet at exactly the right time. Right now, Boots looks like a man who expects to dominate. And if he manages to back up these words on fight night, the rest of the division could have a serious problem on their hands.
For both guys, they're fighting on this kind of stage, so I want to see how the pressure gets to them.
Meantime, one guy here sparred with Boots, right? Philly fighter, around the same size.
And the thing is, Boots, I know the upbringing. I remember being in the gym sparring with his brothers and his father. We called the gym the dungeon. In the wintertime, there's no heaters. We got the kerosene heaters. You 5 minutes in the gym, you're smoking, man. But it's but I know the grind, that ruggedness, man. And Boots grew up into that, man. He's a dog. He has all the skills, but if he got to bite down, he will bite down. Mm-hmm. So he's really that dude. He's really he's the epitome of a Philadelphia fighter.
Yeah, you know what? If anything, one of the reasons I'm sold on Boots' talent.
That's exactly why the tension around this fight keeps growing. This isn't just another title defense or another big-name matchup. This is a career-defining moment for both men. If Boots Ennis wins impressively, he strengthens his case as one of boxing's elite fighters and moves one step closer to the mega fights fans have been demanding for years. But if Xander Zayas pulls off the upset, everything changes overnight. Suddenly, the young challenger becomes one of the biggest stories in the sport. The pressure is enormous because both fighters know what's at stake. One performance can completely reshape the future of a career. Looking at everything we've seen from training camp, interviews, and expert analysis, Boots appears to have the edge in confidence and experience. But boxing has a habit of creating unforgettable surprises when expectations are at their highest. That's why fans around the world are counting down the days until these two finally share the ring.
Tough, rugged neighborhood, and you know what I mean,
Philly
North
gym wars are
North
legendary,
Philly, man. And it was wild, man, and that was the ruggedness and just going into those kind of gyms with the type of competition, and Boots is running around, he's a kid at the time, it's just...
This is probably the strongest compliment you can give a fighter before a major showdown. Fans aren't just saying Boots Ennis is good, they're calling him a special talent. That's a completely different level of praise. Throughout boxing history, only a handful of fighters have carried that label before reaching their prime years. What's interesting here is that even supporters of Xander Zayas seem to acknowledge the challenge in front of him. Nobody is questioning Xander's ability or potential, but many are questioning whether this fight is arriving too early in his career. Boots has already shown flashes of elite-level brilliance against top opposition, while Zayas is still trying to prove he belongs among the very best. This becomes important later because if Boots manages to dominate or even stop Xander, it won't just be another victory. It will be confirmation of everything his supporters have been saying for years. The pressure is becoming impossible to ignore.
But Boots is the one that's already, people want to put him on a pound-for-pound list already. So if it was the other way around, then, so let's say if Xander was to beat Boots, then he's gonna...
This quote perfectly explains the stakes heading into this fight. Boots Ennis is already operating under a completely different level of expectation. People aren't talking about him as a future contender anymore. They're talking about him as a potential pound-for-pound fighter. That's elite company. That's where the very best names in boxing belong. Because of that reputation, Boots enters this fight with everything to lose and everything to prove at the same time. If he wins, many fans will simply say he did what he was supposed to do. But if Xander Zayas pulls off the upset, the entire boxing world changes overnight. Suddenly, Zayas becomes the man everyone is talking about. That's why this matchup feels so dangerous for both fighters. The spotlight is brighter than ever, and one performance could completely alter the future of the division. Nobody expected what happened next because the discussion quickly became even bigger than this fight itself.
Fighters that go under the radar have a big fight and they have their coming out party. Oh, Boots has been giving you pieces of the coming out party all along. We already know he's a phenomenal fighter. So when you talk about coming out, he's out already. Now, if you're talking about him beating a Charlo or him beating somebody else, then that's a different type of, that's not a coming out party. That's like
solidifying,
yes,
you know, who you are in this game. Yeah, I got you.
So I think it's a phenomenal matchup. I'm excited about that. And Boots is the favorite in this fight, but I do think he's fighting the most.
That's what makes this matchup so fascinating. According to many people in boxing, Boots Ennis doesn't need a coming out party because he's already arrived. Fans have watched him develop, dominate opponents, and showcase skills that very few fighters possess. The debate is no longer whether Boots is talented. The debate is how far he can go. However, this quote also contains a warning. While Boots is the favorite, Xander Zayas is being described as the most skilled opponent he's faced so far. That means this isn't a routine title defense or another step forward. This is a genuine test. A test of skill, patience, discipline, and championship mentality. But when you look at the complete picture, the frightening training footage, the confidence coming from his camp, the praise from boxing insiders, and the belief from fans, it becomes difficult not to lean toward Boots Ennis. The reaction surprised everyone because the closer we get to fight night, the more it feels like Boots is preparing to deliver the performance of his career.